Hello, everyone. Dr. Boyle here. I hope, first of all, that all of you are staying safe and have found an appropriate place to shelter or be evacuated to while we ride out this very unpredictable storm. We do have suspension of activities at the university over this week, and so there are no assignments required. And there is no post for this week, which is perhaps good news. Not a good prompt or reason, certainly, having to deal with a hurricane, but perhaps good news nonetheless. Even though we're an online class, when we have a full suspension of activities like this, we also suspend all online assignments. I will be giving you an update as soon as the university starts to indicate to us as faculty that there's at least an inkling or a movement towards the resumption of normal activities at the university. And I will be in touch with you as soon as there's any indication of that so that we can start to get back up to speed. They will ask us to make up in some way the content that we've missed, and I'll work out a process or procedure for doing that and communicate it to you. In the meantime, I've graded everything that you've submitted up to this point, and I just have a couple thoughts about that. The first is, and I'm really enjoying reading your work and offering feedback. The first thing I want to say is that I will be sending around another sample post that actually comes from the work of your peers for you to look at to compare to some of the feedback that I'm giving you. I do look very closely at these, and I am asking you to do some very specific things for, as I talked about in my very first video, for very specific reasons. I'm trying to help you improve your writing and thinking about these concepts, and also through these different kinds of new media texts and media formats. So please do look at my feedback when I offer it to you, and compare that. In the meantime, waiting for me to post these new discussion post samples, and it may take a couple days with the impending storm. I don't know what power is going to look like, but go back and even look at that first one I posted for our first assignment and use that as kind of an example. The other thing I want to mention briefly, and I will send this around in an email along with this video, is that I've noticed that a couple of you, and there may be a couple more who I haven't caught quite in the Canvas environment yet, but it appears that a couple of you, most of you are just having no problem at all, but a couple folks have, instead of responding to the assignment at the assignment, in other words, hitting reply at the assignment space for the discussion post, and as I recommended, cutting and pasting your revised post into that space. It opens up like a little word processing interface. Some of you have started your own discussion posts. Again, I can't see that. If you do that, it doesn't show up as a completed assignment for me. And I do have a process if you've done that, and I will be clearly able to identify those people that have mistakenly posted your assignments elsewhere. There's only a few of you. But if you've gotten a 0 and you know you submitted, I can go and look and see if that's the case. It'll be readily available, that information right off. Again, there's only about 3 or 4 people this applies to, and it perhaps applies to discussion post 1 as well. But just as a reminder to everyone, as the handout that we looked at with all the materials I asked you to look like for a full week as we started class indicate, you want to hit reply to the assignment module. So you click on the discussion assignment, and there's a prompt there, right? It asks you to think about this and then to do this and to submit your own work. And then at the bottom it says reply, and you want to hit reply to that. And then, like I said, paste in your response after you've worked on it, ideally in another environment. You don't want to try to type it up in that space itself, as I indicated in my first video. So again, you really should be reading all the documents that I sent to you. And in that handout on posting the discussion board, it very clearly states that you should hit reply to the discussion post assignment. It'll take me a couple days to catch up with just a couple of people that may have posted elsewhere, but there will be a separate procedure if you've posted there. You're going to have to copy that and resend it to me by email because I can't really grade it and access it as a separate discussion post. Okay, this only applies to like 3 or 4 people in both weeks, so I hate to devote as much time as I have, but I wanted to get everything in one message. All right, we'll be resuming activities again. I've been really interested in the thoughts and the insights you've been having on the material we're covering. We've got some exciting units coming up, and hopefully we're going to get through this weather event without too much damage or stress. And again, I hope you all are in a very safe space and taking care of yourselves. All right, expect a message from me as soon as I hear anything about classes resuming or updates on the university and its status. Okay, please stay safe, everyone.